WizDaWizard was on his way up in the Florida rap game and had a deal with his homie Kodak Black's Sniper Gang label. But he was in the streets way before he was in the booth, and they caught up to him in a brutal way. From having 100 goons breaking into houses to allegedly catching ops and drive-bys, this is the wild story of WizDaWizard. Not much is known about Wiz's early life, but we do know that he started taking losses in the streets at an early age. In 2016, his older brother Wajib was walking down the street in Hallandale Beach, Florida when someone started letting off shots at him and his homie. Wajib and the other dude took off on foot and tried to escape. A woman who lived on the street heard them screaming for help and called 911, and Wajib and his homie were both rushed to the hospital. His friend managed to survive getting hit up, but Wajib tragically died at the hospital. By the time Wajib was killed, Wiz was already active in the streets. Back in 2015, he was arrested at 17 years old for burglary, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, grand theft, and resisting arrest. According to the police, Wiz was the leader of a crew that would break into houses in the middle of the day and snatch whatever they could carry out. They was moving crazy in the streets, to the point where they parked their whips in the driveways of the houses they would rob. Wiz was only 17, but he was allegedly running a crew of over 100 goons who were kicking in doors all over Broward County. But after Wajib died, Wiz went even deeper into the trenches. 1 year after Wajib was killed, Wiz allegedly went looking for a dude named Denzel Williams. According to Williams, he was walking down the street and stopped to take a piss on the house, and that's when he noticed a black Nissan following him. He turned around to see who it was, and he told police that Wiz was in the whip and up to strap at him. Wiz allegedly started letting off shots, but Williams was able to duck out of the way and made it out of the situation without getting hit. After the shooting went down, Williams went straight to the cops and told them Wiz was the one who tried to take him out. According to Williams, Wiz had been following him in the same whip a few days before and wanted to kill him because he thought he had something to do with Wajib's death. Williams was able to pick Wiz out of a photo lineup, and that's when Wiz got hit with a charge for attempted murder. It took years for the case to go to trial, and the only witness didn't live long enough to step foot in the courtroom. Denzel Williams was going to testify against Wiz and could have helped put him away for decades. But that's not how the story played out. In August 2020, he was standing outside of his home in Florida when a shooter pulled up and started letting off shots. Williams was killed before he could testify, but tragically, he wasn't the only victim. His neighbor was a woman named Amber Campbell, and that morning, she had walked over to talk to Williams and pet his dog. Unfortunately, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the shooters killed her too. Williams' story was the only thing that the court had against Wiz. So after he got killed, they were forced to drop the case, and Wiz dodged the attempted murder charge. That same year, he linked up with his homie Kodak Black and signed to a Sniper Gang label, and it didn't take long before his name was buzzing in the industry. Wiz and Yak was close way before the music. They met for the first time when they were both locked up in juvie, and after that, it was all love.
I met Kodak in the juvenile detention center a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit, we linked from right there, shit. It been all love ever since.
Wiz signing with Sniper Gang should have been a huge win for everyone, but it didn't take long for the business side of things to cause a split between him and Kodak. Apparently, Kodak only signed Wiz for $30K, and the contract is where all the issues started.
I ain't even know I signed for $30,000. The whole time I signed for $30,000, I ain't even know it.
They went back and forth on social media about it, and eventually Wiz said he just wanted to buy himself out of the contract. Wiz had $100K in cash ready to hand over and be free, but apparently Kodak was mad over the whole situation and had blocked him. Kodak clapped back and said, "I'm scared of you police-ass niggas." He also aired out Wiz for putting everything on social media. He said they still had mutual homies they could link up through, but Wiz was just trying to get clout online. Fans thought the situation was getting heated, but Wiz hopped on IG Live and said there wasn't any real beef and it was all just business.
Yeah, man, me and bro, like, that's my nigga though, man. It ain't no crazy shit, man. Like I said, if it was that deep, with a fault. It ain't no crazy shit. It's just, you know, at the end of the day, business is business.
But before they could squash everything and get back to making music, something insane went down that shocked everyone. Early in the morning on September 17, 2021, someone was walking their dog near an abandoned house in Hallandale Beach. There hadn't been any gunshots or anything going off in the night, which made what they found even more shocking. Underneath a yellow tarp in front of the house, the dog walker found WizDaWizard's dead body. According to the police, he had been beaten and probably died somewhere else. But then the killers dumped his body in his neighborhood. After the news broke, a bunch of crazy rumors started flying about his death. An alleged text message from someone who saw his body went viral, which led to everyone thinking Wiz's head had been cut off and his body was all chopped up. The cops never said anything about it though, and it sounds like the rumors just got out of hand. What's clear though is that somebody really wanted him dead, and they wanted to send a message too. Killing him and dropping him off just a few blocks away from where his older brother died didn't just happen randomly. But right now, nobody knows who's actually behind the hit. Most people think it was connected to all the street beef he had. Wiz was already terrorizing the city as a teenager and allegedly ran a massive crew, and things got even more serious after his brother died. It's not clear if Denzel Williams was actually in the streets or not, but there's a chance someone he knew wanted to get revenge for his death. Wiz was never convicted of killing him, but he obviously had a good reason to want him dead. But the craziest rumor that people are actually running with is that Kodak Black put the green light on his own homie. A few days after Wiz died, Kodak was giving a speech after he donated $20K to the daughter of a police officer who died from COVID-19. While he was on stage, Yak mourned the loss and said,
"You know, I just lost a friend, very close friend for we've been friends for over 10 years. I just lost him yesterday, and he got to do it for baby girl too. So it's it's crazy dealing with losing loved ones and stuff like that. It's hard. I've been dealing with loss my whole life."
Back then it seemed like he was really taking it hard, but fans thought it was weird when he dropped the track Back for Everything and rapped, "Double M gang, but I ain't talking Rick Ross. Double M gang, I took that shit from Wiz. Rest in peace, my nigga, but it's his fault. The way you let them kill you like a jit. Talking to Wham, you saying the same, did you like a lame." Dissing his own dead homie was wild. But the rumors about Yak being involved with Wiz's death really started spreading when he hopped on the track Silent Hill with Kendrick Lamar and said, "I caught a bail off a Google app. I'm the type to get my shooter whacked. I had to survive off a tuna pack. 5% tin on the whip, like, who was that?" There's no proof that Yak had anything to do with Wiz's death though, and after it went down, he even tried squashing the beef with his artist Jackboy. Jackboy and Kodak had been beefing for more than a year over some money issues, but when Wiz died, Kodak tweeted, "Let's use this as a wake-up call, add Jackboy. Shit get real crazy real quick out here, unexpectedly. And fuck this distance love, nigga. Come give me a hug, nigga." Unfortunately, it ain't work out though, and Jackboy said,
"I will put up $2 million right now to fight Yak in the ring on some Jake Paul shit. That man ain't gonna do that. What the fuck?"
Kodak might have issues with some of the dudes on his label over money, but it don't seem likely that he would have put the green light on WizDaWizard. They had known each other for over a decade and were tight outside of the rap game, so Kodak having them killed just don't make sense. Wiz was on his way up in the rap game and was racking up millions of streams, but he was allegedly still in the streets too, and that's probably what caught up to him. Unfortunately, he never had the chance to blow up like Kodak and leave all the drama behind, and Florida lost another talented young artist when he died.